Aaron Donald, the future Hall of Famer, is now retired. This is Aaron Donald's statement. Cheers to what's next. Extending a big thank you to the Rams and all of the fans for your support over these last 10 years. Much love. Wow. This is a lot. A lot to really kind of break down. I would say this, man. 10 years ago, I had retired from the NFL. No, a little bit. Let's say no. Yeah, about 10 years. So in 2013 is I retired from the NFL. And I knew I was going to get into broadcast, and I had already started my journey.
Yep.
And 2014, the people over at Fox gave me the opportunity to call games, to be a broadcaster. I wasn't on the Buck and Aikman team. I was on like the 7th team though. But shout out to my guy Dick Stockton, right? He was my play-by-play. And I remember we got our first broadcast, our first game. It was Vikings at St. Louis Rams. And so here I am. I'm wide-eyed, just out of the league. I'm about to call a game, and I'm doing all my research and everything. And so when you go do these games, you get there a couple days before. So I'm in St. Louis, and we ride over to the Rams football facility. Well, we get over to the facility, meeting with head coach Jeff Fisher, Les Snead, general manager, and we were having meetings before the team went out to practice a little bit later on. And if we wanted to watch practice, we could. It's a Friday practice. And I said, what time is practice today, coach? And I remember he said, practice today is at, I think I wanted to say practice started at about 11 o'clock. So we're having meetings at about 9:30. But in the conference room that we had the meetings in, it overlooked the practice field. And so I was like, okay, cool. So we had a meeting. And then after that, there was this player out there on the field. There was nobody out there. And he's out there full uniform, working. I'm talking about hitting moves, hitting the bags, and do this. I'm like, okay. So you see the young guy out there getting in some work. And then he was out there for such a long time. And I'm like, practice isn't till 11. It's 9:30 now, 10 o'clock. And then I remember I said, Coach, which player is that? He said, that's Aaron Donald. And everybody was just like, yeah, he's different. I was like, how different? He's different. And I'm like, whoa. And I saw it then. And you wonder why some guys are great. You wonder why some players are special. You wonder why you have the accolades, the 3-time defensive player of the year. And I feel like I had an up close and personal. I saw what it looked like. I knew what it looked like. And then all of a sudden remember, he didn't even start in the beginning. They actually did not start Aaron Donald as a rookie in the early part. He worked his way into the rotation, and then they just couldn't keep him off the field. And I'll never forget that moment of seeing this young player, rookie, out working. I mean, he's out there with, let me think, his defensive line had Robert Quinn and Chris Long. And this dude is just scrapping, trying to find a way. Michael Brockers was on there. I mean, he's just trying to say, hey, I belong. Let me show what you guys what I can do. And Aaron Donald he's got moments, right? He's got plays, sealing an NFC championship game against the 49ers, making the play to end the Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals. He's got moments. And to think that he was in his 10th year this year, and to see not one, not two, but sometimes 3 offensive linemen committed to blocking number 99 up front. This is one of the game's best players. I think I'm more upset because that we don't get a chance to see greatness, what hard work is. Aaron Donald, when at training camp this year, having to talk to him, this was going to be different for him. This was going to be the Rams were considered a rebuild this year. They drafted 14 players, and they were saying, hey, Aaron Donald, Papa Smurf, we need you to help us out. We need you to go help and bring these young guys along. And there was a point in this season where the Rams didn't look like they were going to have much of a season. I want to say they were about 3-6. They go to a bye week or something like around there. And then all of a sudden, something changed after a bye week, after a loss to Green Bay, and they went on a streak. And I remember at the end of the season, I had told my partner, I said, do you see that? And he said, well, see what? And there was a picture of Aaron Donald, or a video of Aaron Donald walking off the sideline with the younger guys, skipping and laughing. And he had a joy about him that I said, hopefully this gives us 2 or 3 more years of Aaron Donald, because he's found that new joy, what energizes you. Because we always ask a lot of these guys, especially as kind of bringing this back to free agency a little bit, fellas, a lot of guys get these big contracts. A lot of guys have won Super Bowls, have accomplished a lot in their career. So what drives you? You've already won everything. That's what made Aaron Donald, for me, so special, was that here watching him in year 10 at Rams training camp, practice starts 1 o'clock. Guess who was out there at 11:30 in full gear? A guy who's been to 10 Pro Bowls, all pro every year, 3-time defensive player of the year, but his work ethic never changed. His number of the amount of money that he gets paid is now the standard for defensive linemen, that they can't touch that. People keep saying, oh, it's not Aaron Donald money, but he's getting closer. Mm-hmm. He has set the standard. And again, I think I'm hurt because I want to see more of it, because more players need to see the example that Aaron Donald led. And man, I'm thankful for the time of watching him. I really am.
His Pro Football Reference page, guys, he played 10 years. He made the Pro Bowl all 10 years. He made 7 first-team All-Pros in a row from 2015 to 2021, then made first-team All-Pro this past year, TJ, at age 32. He has 111 career sacks as a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, Kirk, like you talk about his work ethic. I'm from Pittsburgh, and one of my best friends works for the Post-Gazette. It's not Ed Bouchette, though.
It's not Ed Bouchette.
So I was aware of Aaron Donald back in like 2008, 2009, when he was a high school kid at Penn Hills and Penn State. And the stories that you read about him, you know, at 12 years old, he'd wake up at 4:30 in the morning with his dad and go work out in the basement gym that his dad made for him. So that work ethic you talk about, that was instilled really, really early in his life. And he just continued it on all the way up until, I'm sure, yesterday, where hopefully he decided to maybe have a cheat day, as they say, and take a break.
I don't know if there's a cheat day. I don't know if there was a cheat day with Aaron Donald. I still have never seen a guy who's 285, 90-plus pounds with a chiseled six-pack the way that dude is.
Dude.
He's built like a pro wrestler.
Like, it's just different. You know what I mean? And they also, I think they renamed the weight room at Pittsburgh is like the Aaron Donald weight room.
Right.
Like, and I understand why. the Aaron Donald weight room, because how much time he spent in it. But man, it's just it's just these certain players you just like, man, you watch and you see and you're like, man, like that's what made him great. We watch basketball players and it's always about the shots and they make it look easy, but yet when you think about it, how difficult it truly is, though. Like Steph Curry can make it look easy, but the amount of work that he put into that, we don't see those hours, those countless hours. Whereas, like, I saw that Aaron Donald stuff, and I'm like, I understand why. Like, I truly understand why.
Yeah, Mina Kimes just posted, kind of a congratulations, and then it was just 4 pictures of him getting triple teamed. It's like,
you said what?
Mina Kimes posted just 4 pictures of him getting triple teamed, and that's how you had to block this guy. Because you had to. If you didn't, he was going to blow up your backfield.
I remember Sean McVay said, in order for us to have a good practice offensively, we actually had to make Aaron Donald sit out drills.
Right.
Like, think about that. Like, hey, big dog. Hey, we need you to sit this one out.
We're trying to work on some stuff.
We got some things we want to accomplish.
We're trying to work on this, and you're blowing it up, man.
I mean, the Rams just tweeted out a picture. Quarterbacks rejoice. I would say,
yeah,
quarterbacks rejoice. I would say that his own offensive linemen for his teams rejoice. And look at
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray has chimed in.
All caps, thank God. That is incredible.
I think that was one of the quarterbacks that he sacked. No, Russell Wilson also was another one of those guys.
Oh, Russ probably got
long
it a
time,
lot, yeah.
NFC West.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.